I just wanted to do this quick video to kind of show where I'm at on the week, talk about the good, bad, and the ugly, and kind of share my journey along with what we're working on in 6FTC and just everything there is in terms of future trading and our live courses. And of course, just automation for a couple different platforms and industries. So super exciting, but let's take a look. Obviously, we're in October. It is no secret, we already did a short video on it. Monday was a killer day. No way around this. Went on tilt, blew a lot of funded accounts with 4 funded Next, funded Ticks, Take Profit Trader, and Apex, all 4 in these days. So didn't have much hanging on some of those accounts, and it just is what it is. It was poor decision making. I kept doing the wrong thing, and that's kind of how we ended up. As you can see on the week, I am still red. So tomorrow, I don't know for sure if I'm going to trade or not. We'll see. I probably will. And just see if I get to break even. Either way, on the month, we're sitting at $212,000. Granted, by the time we were here, we were also sitting over $200,000, right? At this point, I was thinking, hey, maybe I take next week off for manual trading. I can flip a couple of accounts that I needed to, just take the payouts that were coming and leave all enough alone. Of course, we had that huge gap on Sunday. I saw easy potential, made the wrong decision again and again and again for all the wrong reasons, did not follow my model, did not follow my rules. Greed, frustration, all the emotions in trading kind of came into play, and this is where we ended up. So not trading as many accounts by the time we get to here. Obviously, I had to build some back up. I didn't just go out and buy a whole bunch of new ones. I'm taking the evals we have, and then of course I got a couple new ones for Take Profit Trader, funded Next particularly. So we'll see. But let's take a look at how we did on our trades for class this week. This is where we're sitting, still averaging that 73% win rate. Kind of, that's where I want to be. I was working on getting this down because in my previous years of experience, I was trading at high 80s and low 90s. But that model doesn't work the same way in futures. So I'm trying to kind of reverse that and be okay with it, which means I need to be a better loser. Baby steps. I really want to see this go up, but I'm not there. There's just no way around that. It's hard because I'm locking profit so quickly, but I would ideally like to see this edge down just slightly, this edge up slightly. Those are my goals. And of course, last but not least, one of my goals was I wanted to see the trades come down because I was really scalping a lot. And it's just a lot of trades, a lot of mental energy all the way throughout here, a lot of red, a lot of tech issues, but also just new to the platform issues. I'm trying to copy and mirror from different web-based copiers to NinjaTrader, to Replicanto, to Affordable Indicator One, to a whole bunch of different tools. So when I unlocked the whole year, this is a mess. But either way, still net positive on the year, I think as of here. But anyways, as you can see, trades are going in a down. So I don't mind kind of this amount of trades. In general, for the month of October, I have pretty much taken 2 or 3 solid setups, and that's it. So I might have scaled back into one if I got knocked out on my management or something. But in general, for the most part, most of these days, it's 2 or 3 trades. Granted, it's mirrored on plenty of accounts to kind of give you an idea, with the exception of this day. This day was a nightmare. So yeah, kind of exactly where I wanted to be. P&L obviously going up. That goes up as you have access to more capital as your accounts grow because you're trading larger size. Blew a lot of accounts here, so it's going to be a bit of a dip probably in November. And of course, win rate is a little bit higher this month, which is good for me, but maybe not good in what I'm trying to accomplish. So overall, that's where we're sitting in terms of stats on TradeZella with all accounts included. Let's take a second to look at, let's see, I'm going to go all the way to Tuesday. And mind you, there's a lot of markups here because this is the one we use for our classes and everything else in our Discord server. But Tuesday was a bit of a mess. I actually kind of strangled this trade, and it's something we talk about quite often, which is just using a stop loss after a candle closes. Of course, I had a hard stop loss set in Trade-Evade. It literally tapped me out. Did not catch much of this or I didn't close any profit on this particular trade. It just tapped me out too fast. Direction was right, but it just was overmanaged. In all fairness, the stop loss was reasonable and placed well, but what I wish I would have done was place my stop loss further away more as a safety and then close the trade manually if we had closed above this area. But the wick killed me nonetheless, and that ended up being a 20 somewhat point stop loss. It is what it is. This one we were fortunate enough to kind of protect some, but again, over management, it didn't move, enough to really cover all of that. So 29, 30-ish points, give or take, right? Based off of size and just how fees and everything else work, this doesn't quite equal, not quite break even, as you can imagine. We were just looking to target into this area. We did end up hitting that. This area, if I don't I remember correctly on the day was like the average new low or yesterday's closing price or something. And I was like, this is the area we're looking to attack. We missed it by a tick, came back and tapped it. And then of course have just steamrolled up all the way throughout the rest of that day. Come to Wednesday, we were patient, very, very patient. Really hard to buy with so many gaps, thousands of points to the downside. I know we had news, I know we had earnings reports. It was just really hard for me to, we whipped up, came back down, didn't have any follow through, didn't sweep any liquidity. So this buy was hard to trust. It was obviously a great buy for a breakout system. It was a great buy for a JGS, but it was really hard to trust. So I did not get in, although my model would have had me getting in, if I'm not mistaken, at 940. Okay, so not looking at classes, not looking at anything else, I would have gotten in at 940 and went for a 2-to-1. So 945 actually by the time that 5-minute candle closed. It is what it is. I mean, do I kind of wish I had taken this trade as well? Yes, I do, but I didn't. I ended up taking this trade on the day. I took a couple of entries in here on this one kind of trade example. Overall, the risk reward was really good. We waited for a bit of a retest. We were patient. We traded into the VWAP back through as we kind of bounced back through. Overall, that's a 4.5 to 1 risk reward trade. Never came into any drawdown. This is the kind of trade I'd like to see more often, and we only took one on the day. Now, today, on the other hand, again, I missed, but with intention. Today being Thursday, the 30th, the day before Halloween, I just didn't love the idea of selling this after we had a 200-point move overnight. Plus, we saw all the AI stuff with Trump and just so many things going on. I wanted to see this kind of retest back into the 50% of yesterday's trading range RTH, 50% of overnight action, yesterday's closing price, any of those would I have been okay with. I don't think we actually got there. No, we never got there by the end of the day. But that's what I wanted to see. So I did fail to take this on JGS, which my entry would have been here. My 5-minute model would have had me entering on this candle. Breakout model has us entering here. Candle closes. You still have another entry here. This is on the 1-minute, granted. I can clean this up a smidge. Let's go to the 5-minute. I can't see that second entry. Either way, on the 1-minute time frame, we waited for that candle to close. We got a pretty good entry when we got the confirmation. We bought up. We got a good 60, 70 points on that first trade, 130. And I'm going to have to go down to the smaller time frame. Otherwise, I can't see it. There we go. This in total from where we entered was 142 points. I didn't catch all of that. I think I got whipped out of my last position somewhere in here. Kind of get it to give you an idea. But that was one of the trades we took on the day. And then the second one was really, we knew we could grab that 30 points even just coming into the VWAP, and we did. So this protected really, really well. The ATR on today was really high. It was 4 times the size it's been pretty much all week. So catching those points were easy. You just had to be quick and kind of right on the direction. Well, easy in theory. I saw a lot of other people blow up hundreds of thousands of dollars today. So it's been a tough week for everyone. No judgment, no shame. Trading is not always linear. It's just this process across the board. So last trade on the day was the sell, kind of a beautiful sell. Let me unlock this. It took a while. It took a while, but we wanted to see it kind of invalidate this gap area. This is one of those RTH gaps. We entered in here, caught some of that a little later on in the day. I caught a little bit more, and I caught a little bit more again. Just still playing the same trade over and over again. We did end up coming into here, and later on, if I'm not mistaken, we cashed through quite a bit, right? What we wanted to see is if we couldn't break through this, I wanted to come up into here. So we kept failing to break through, but then we did. Came back up, really just made equal highs, and still no new highs made. So this whole sell side all through in here, great trade. This ended up moving obviously quite a bit to the downside. Come power hour, actually power hour was not smooth. Power hour is here. We've got that 350 time kind of wicked up. That's a lot of points in all fairness. It's 921. Not too many. 25 points. Came down, waited till 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on the dot, and has just bought up since until we closed the market at 5. So overall, look at the size of this move. Of course, I didn't want to give it to you at power hour. That's 250 points straight back up. This little wick here took every single person out. That's at 430. Of course, it's at 430 when the market closes down. And then since then, it's buying all the way back up. So those are the trades we took on the week. Overall, for the month of October, we're sitting at 1,308 points on the month, assuming you risked 1%. So that's something we're trying to do in terms of like our AMP accounts. If you have Optimus Prime, if you have any live futures accounts with TradeStation or anything along those lines, you're risking just a very small amount. Now that's hard to do because it's not as leveraged, obviously, as other industries. So you might be risking a little bit more. But figure if you took these trades and failed at everything we did by 50%, you're still up 20% on the month in what would have equated to minutes of your life. That's it. Minutes 3 times a week. That's it. Of course, if you took a higher percentage, you're up potentially 100% of the month. So definitely not a bad way to be. We closed the week with 9% gains, assuming a 1% risk, 327 points, including our loss, okay, factoring that in. And on the year, we're up over 429%. And the more we think of percentages and how it relates to prop firms, it really gets me thinking, because I'm looking at some of the other things that we're building and working on. And I'm looking at it like hands-free, that's made 200%. 200% just left alone since March. No effort, no work, no nothing. And we're battling over here for this 3%, this 5%, this 10%. And no, it's a process, but if we just learn to kind of really accept the gains we get, sometimes it's going to be more, sometimes it's going to be less. There is so much potential to make a crap ton of money, whether it's through automation, whether it's through manual trading, whether it's through features, Forex, stocks, cryptos, doesn't matter. There's just a lot of gain on the table if we can kind of de-risk a little bit, not put all of our eggs in one basket, and learn to be content with the little bits, right? A little bit, baby bit. But on the month, this is where a lot of people are sitting. So this week they closed out with $1,000 gains. This is trade results. That's kind of where we're sitting. We closed out with $18,000 in profit in a single day. Dragonfly going really good. This is for our breakout. For those of you guys trading the orb kind of strategy, we have a whole multitude of ways to do it. We are still in beta testing. We're just about done. We're moving on to Ninja just because there's a lot of buggy things, but we have effectively automated the breakout strategy, right? The orb trading strategy with a whole bunch of variables and kind of entry and exit models that you get to choose from. Overall, it's been net positive. Granted, I think even on a day like today, I think it's posted, we barely closed out with $72, whereas at one point it was up $200. So that's a little bit rough on something like Apex, and that's where this is being traded. But overall, definitely not a bad way to be. Got a lot of people doing really good in the Forex market, getting funded on this and another. This is my Tuesday. Ouch. That's more automation. I know we've got a couple people passing challenges and just doing all kinds of great things. So that's where we're sitting inside of our community. Other than that, so if this content is helpful for you, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're looking at any prop firms, check out our link tree. I know we use code 6FTC for Apex, Take Profit Trader. We have a couple of different codes for funding ticks and a few of the other ones as well. So definitely check it out. It's just a small way to support our channel and everything that we're doing to kind of build a community of automation and hands-free income, and just a community of people who can actually talk, not just stream in on some YouTube, but give insight and contribute and to participate with the other people in the market, because that's what it's really about, right? It's sometimes very lonely to be a trader. It's a great field. It's a great industry. I love this industry, but it can also be lonely. So to have other people you can kind of actually talk to and hang out with while you're trading, now that's the community that we're looking to build, and we're doing a pretty good job of so far. There's some incredible people in there, and I just want to give a huge shout out to each and every person in our Discord. I hope you guys all have a beautiful weekend. Take care. God bless. And I will see you on the charts next week.